All righty. Happy Saturday here. It is 12:01 p.m. here in, well, yeah, I guess we are considered the Midwest, even though we're, hang on. Happy Saturday here. It is, yeah, it doesn't let me kind of like get control of that till I get right into it. Anyway, yeah, it's been a fun-filled week. Um, with kids moving out today, found out yesterday, moving today, holiday weekend too. So happy Labor Day to all of everyone here in the United States. And but yeah, it's been a fun-filled week. I had it's the weather's been good. You know, people complain about the hot weather. Yeah, it's a little roasty toasty in here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna help myself cool off a little bit. I'm gonna take my shoes off. But my background might be changing. I'm gonna move back. This is my living room. So I'm gonna have to shift everything after I get the other room. It's cleared out. I want to, make it decent and make it feel like I'm actually making progress in life, right? That's what it's all about, growth and progress and leveling up, I think, is a real common statement right now. Let's see, that was from August 30th. I think I had something from the 29th. And I don't know if it's going to really make a lot of sense. As I say, I get these weird things that come to me and I just have to dictate them because I can't write them down fast enough. It just feels like all the stuff comes up and it's like, whoa, I can't write that fast. And I like having tidy handwriting. If I don't write tidy, I won't be able to read it. So anyway, this was in the evening after work on the 29th, which would have been, I believe, Thursday. And this was about intuition. So it was kind of funny when I dictate this into my phone. Occasionally I'll check in, like today I checked in with one of the projects that Chris Breck, Minopon, is involved in. And they were talking about intuition and how to tell the real from the not real as far as, people presenting themselves. And I have an idea on that as well. And that's kind of what it was. I heard it said his beliefs are more like a straw man. It's something that we have created and it's not a reality. And I kind of get a little bit of a deja vu because I went to dinner spur of the moment with a friend of mine and we kind of talked about that, I think. Oh, no, it was my sister. Um, Sometimes we can see something and it's something that we've created and it's not really real. And it's something where if you believe in something strong enough, consistently enough, that will manifest as a reality. Especially when you're in more of a collective on that, whatever that idea is. Can I give an idea or an example? An example might be that, okay, hey, everybody's, even my sister, she was thinking about, she was just now starting to research all the stuff that's coming up about flat Earth. And I told her, I said, I'm open to listening to everyone's idea. But if it's only their idea and it's either that or my way or the highway kind of thing, there's got to be something in there that's not quite right because it feels like everything is maybe a compilation or combination of these things. So when you have enough people believing in that one idea, it can start to manifest itself as a reality for others. Is it a real reality? that's for everybody's discernment, right? So belief is like faith. You have to believe something without actually seeing it, and that's faith. There's Bible scripture that's just out of reach of my exact wording, but that's kind of essentially it. It's something to do with things not seen. So that's, yeah, somebody's going to put that in a comment somewhere, which is great. But maybe we could take something like that one step further and say that we could be getting closer to whatever reality might be, or something closer, more like an inner knowing. And I think that that's where the coaching part comes in, where you don't. So if you're a counselor or a therapist or a coach, it's not that coaches, therapists, ideas that are what drives it. It's the person seeking the help. They drive it. It's their ideas, and you're going to be much more. You'll have a much more vested interest in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. I wish I had examples in my head, but things are running pretty quick in my head again right now. Wow, this really kind of goes on. You may not believe or trust in what people are trying to do, and it doesn't even mean you have to support somebody. And I think that kind of touches on like validation. I can see your point. You believe X, Y, and Z for whatever reason because X, Y, and Z. It doesn't mean you have to support people. And you know what? You don't even have to validate them. But acknowledging that they're having this experience and they have these thoughts and ideas, and unless they're putting themselves in peril, let their ideas be their ideas. You might be able to ask questions about it. It's kind of like that whole thing of correlation doesn't mean that it's actually a cause, right? It's kind of like there are more shark attacks and people injured and killed by sharks when people eat ice cream. So ice cream is a link, is a correlation to shark attacks. But not really, because typically there are more people in the water in the summer months when people are going to be eating the ice cream. So it's that kind of an idea that you can make assumptions, correlations, and make references to things that have nothing to do with what you're looking at, which would be the shark attacks. So yeah, you don't have to walk in anybody's shoes, blah, 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 blah. So I think a lot of this was spurred by the November election that we have coming up here in 2024 in the U.S. And people are going to try and get very polarized over all of this, and they're going to fight over this camp, and they're going to fight over that camp, and they're going to support these guys and not these guys. And it's kind of like, you're missing the point. I'm going to say it again. You have the left wing and the right wing. And it's sorry, folks. I don't care how many wings you put on that bird, it's still the same bird. And the wings aren't driving the bus. Think about that. Not even necessarily the bird. It maybe what's in the bird's brain, the bird brain. Do you really want to be driven by a bird brain? You want your decisions being influenced by a bird brain? Not me. All right. Yep. And you don't have to agree with anything that other person says. And it's graciously, you don't even have to tell them you disagree. Just saying. And I mean, you can, as long as you're going to do it in a respectful way. And it could be anybody, significant other, brother, sister, employer, coworker. I mean, just as long as there's respect and they can hold their own views and opinions, go for it. And unless they ask to be convinced otherwise, you don't have to say anything, because you can tell when somebody's open. You can tell when someone wants to learn about something. And I am all for learning about things that I've either never heard about or things that I know very little about. And a lot of times it's things I don't even agree with. That's probably the most challenging, but it's also ultimately the most enriching, because when you listen to people that you don't agree with and you honor that opinion in a way that honors yourself, and if they aren't open to your opinion, that's okay. Again, if they're not going to hurt themselves, right? You don't want anybody to get hurt. But I think the idea is making sure that you're going to be able to strengthen or change your own belief system, because I think everybody's got a valid point somewhere in whatever their BS is, right? Their belief system. So, yep, we all need to try to be less judgmental, especially those who hold a different opinion than we do. And the only reason for this is because everyone's opinion is valid, one within their within their own realm, whether you agree with it or I agree with it or not. It's still their opinion, and you know what they say about those, right? So 12/12, August 30th. This was yesterday, came in fairly late, 10:40 p.m. So yeah, again, this is about curiosity, different people digging for a lot of different information. It seems that there's a consistent lack in current paradigm. In this current paradigm is respect for somebody else and someone else's opinion. If I don't agree with somebody, I mean, I actually had someone tell me that, I'm full of it and I just watch weird stuff. Hey, maybe to them that's true. I just have to kind of laugh. I can't really say anything more than that. Um, and it feels like when there are definitive answers that it's a problem for people to kind of catch up with that. The black and white opinions of one person saying that, the Democrats are the way to go. They have all the good ideas. This is why, we're in a bad pickle, is because of the other parties like the Republicans or whatever. So unfortunately, they are pushing an agenda and they're so polarized, they don't see the damage that they're doing to themselves. So, yeah, even when you're in the same room with somebody, you could have someone else in the same room, and you have something happen, and you're going to have a completely different opinion of that. That's like old news, right? But putting that into practical action, it doesn't seem to be the case, because your starting point's different. So of course you're going to have a different view of something. And that's why you get all these people that are polarized. And you're staying in your own little zone. I don't know where this came from. It's a lack of being able to see beyond your own bathtub. I don't know why I came up with bathtub. Don't know. So anyway, today it's Saturday, August 31st, 2024. Tomorrow is September 1st, obviously. 12:15 p.m. I am going to try and wrap it up fairly quick. I'm still in the process of putting my backsplash up. Paid big bucks for a plumber to come in and do work on the kitchen. Use the dishwasher for the first time, and there's water under the sink. And their voicemail is full. And I can't physically get up in there and see, and I don't have the plumbing tools to be able to make it happen. I think I only have one wrench. And what I might do is, I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe telling my story. And then the other thing I wanted to do too was upload a lot of the pictures. I've been asking for a lot of help from the heavens. And when I went out yesterday, last night, it was late last night, there was some pretty interesting stuff I had not seen before. Usually I get those bright lights, etc., but something was right on the camera, and I feel like it was right in it. When I put the camera up to take the picture over my head, I feel like it was like right there. And because of the way the camera is on the phone, the camera's up here, but the button to make it take the image is down here. So when I hold it over my head, it's actually tilted. It's usually about, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. And yeah, it was just some bizarre images. So I'm going to try and put something together. And I had not seen these before. Honestly, excuse me, I had not seen these images before. I would like to learn more about our universe, and I'm even questioning about the whole calendar thing and how that relates to the astral projections. Uh, I'm going to see if I can't show you guys at least one. It does take a minute to kind of load up. I think I got rid of, what was it? I don't know. I had like 2 or 3,000 photographs on my phone, and it was like way too much. So I took a whole bunch of stuff off and decided that I needed to take pictures. I'm either that or I'm going to have to get a different camera or something. Yeah, it's still loading. So maybe something for the collective, for because we all need wisdom. As a collective and as an individual. I don't know what you're going through in your family life. I don't know how supported you are, or how unsupported you feel. I'm basically on my own for family. Everybody lives fairly far away, but I'm probably closer to my online community than I am with the local community. Work is basically work. I've had a very strict guideline for my day job of, work needs to be work. There was a bit of a challenge where there were a lot of social activities afterwards it was really difficult for me. So yeah, we have some decisions to make for sure. A fork in the road. It's a fork in the road. There's some, and it feels very busy, but it's going to be a natural choice. And no matter what choice it is for you, it's not necessarily going to be the same choice as other people. Because you're gonna gravitate towards certain characters and characteristics that are in this, right? That's not necessarily going to be for everybody. I don't know how to even, there's some shadow aspects too that people need to kind of watch out for. I'm gonna see if I can't enlarge this image. All right, so import Apple iPhone, and I'm gonna just take this 1, 2, and then it went to this. I mean, there were a couple of images after that. Add those 3 items. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I think I will put it here, import to that. So then when I go to I should be able to look at it though. All right, pictures all the way down. sky shots, this. And these are basically my images. So I'm going to share screen, what I got here. Share. I should share. Why doesn't it just share? So I have to have multiple options here. There we go. Here, I'll share my photos, share. So if you guys can see that, I don't know. Yeah, it's trying to share. It's really slow. Like I said, my computer's quite old. So I should be able to see it on my, should be able to see it on my stream, but I don't think you guys can see it because it's still trying to work. So there's something that we need to hold back from, and there's something that's hidden. So maybe you guys aren't really ready to see this because I don't know. It says it's not. There it goes. It's trying. It's trying so hard. It's trying so hard. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This to me, I can kind of see is there's like a spidery looking thing. There's like a head, and there's like, and there are lines here. But I mean, I don't know why it did this, but it was, I took this image and then this image, and then another one came up where it was this bright light. So these were all last night. So yeah, this is some of the images. It's like every couple of nights I'll go out. See, here's another one of those large, and it's like, I don't know how close they are. I don't know how far away they are, but some of this stuff is really, really big. Like here are some orbs. Here's some orbs here. And I have no idea what that is. I don't know if I can get that. Oh yeah, I guess I can. So how weird looking is that? I don't know if that's the end of something or the beginning of something, of some kind of energy, because you just can't really tell. And you can see there's something right there. Yeah, it's just kind of odd. And there's just some consistency or inconsistency, I guess. Just some weird stuff. Weird stuff out there. Yeah, I don't know. That's not very interesting. So yeah, I was thinking about putting together some sort of a compilation. And if anybody has any ideas, thoughts, or hey, hi, sweet cheeks. Selena's in the chat. See if I can get it to work. Yeah, it's been, yes, we're in very intense times. And I'm telling you that thing that was over me last night was absolutely freaking weird. No clue what the heck that was. So I'm gonna quit screen share. But yeah, it was just freaking bizarre. it almost looks like a planet, but you can see there's like highlights off to the side around here. So honestly, it's an old iPhone. It's always taking these weird pictures at night, and it was really an accident that happened, serendipitous, I guess. Yeah, and it's not. What's representative of what's going on? I don't have that downloaded from my phone yet. It's not the moon, but it does. You're right. But there's like weird striations on it. And the moon's not going to be that close because it's just a crappy old iPhone. Yeah, you see like trails or something. There's actually another image of one where I had one of these sticks. Let's see if I can get a better image. Like one of these sticks, it was a much clearer image of one. And it may be downloaded even, but look at that. Isn't that amazing? I don't think it comes through in these pictures, but there were two suns in here when I was driving into work. That's funny. That's actually an image of the light coming in through a peephole. Yeah, look at this guy here. And sometimes they're look at these guys here. I know I have that image in here, and I actually saw, those orb things that they had in like Star Wars, and there's like lines on it. It looked like the inside of halfway or part of the way down at one of those thingy dingies that was that. It might be in the Sky Shots thing. And I just went, oh my God, look at I got my work there. Yeah, it was in one of these guys, only he's like totally bright. It was this one. It was this one here. And you can't really see it, but if I blow that up, you can actually see there's like a line in it, and it looks very similar to what I've seen in like Star Wars. The orb. Hang on. There's like that orb thing in Star Wars where they hold it and it like can open. It's like that. It was a bomb. It was a bomb. That's what it was. It was in that one where Princess Leia had opened it and pretended it was a bomb when she was trying to sell Chewbacca or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe. Actually, they might be angels. I don't know if they're archangels or what the levels. I think there's like 7 levels or something like that. Um, the archi, the archangels, the archi, and all that. I don't profess to know a whole lot about that. But anyway. So what's going on with you, Selena? You're doing awesome. There's like a huge delay. So I don't know about how quick things get communicated, because what I see and what you see are actually quite different. But yeah, I'm going to be going to Eaton Rapids in October to set up my table, hopefully give people an idea of what life coaching is about, and then do it intuitively. So I'll support it with cards and oracles and whatnot. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have more pyramids. I don't know if I'm gonna be taking any of my friends behind me. And you missed earlier, Selena. They're moving out today. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But anyway, so that was essentially my 30 minutes. My wet saw is all set up. I made one cut. I'm getting ready to just put up all the thin set and get that job done today. I don't know who's going to put the fan in because there's an over the range a hood fan. So that's got to get installed, and it's not going to be by me. Not happening. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed weekend. And I think I got to push the right button here. That is not the right button. There we go. So if Selena, you wanted to go ahead and maybe chat at some point during this weekend, if you're not going to be hanging out with family, I'd love to hear from people. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be trying to work on getting more things up on Rumble. I'm getting a lot of positive stuff happening over there. A lot of views and a lot of good interaction, more so on Rumble than on YouTube, by the way. So, I mean, like direct comment and contact. And I need to integrate that into Facebook because I get a lot of really good feedback from people on Facebook. A lot of very knowledgeable people, and I absolutely love it. I wish you could trust people a little bit more, but it feels like you just have to kind of be very, very cautious with who you're dealing with today. So that is the veil thinning. The veil thinning is not about us seeing into other worlds and other dimensions. That may be for you, because that's where you are at. But for the lion's share of the population, it's going to mean a leveling up of intuition and being able to tell when somebody's being honest with them. So you might as well start now. Where did I see that? Something popped up where it said, oh, it was something on Facebook. Assume no matter where you go or where you're at, that you're being watched. Well, duh. Right? I mean, we don't need the phones. We don't need the phones. We don't need the 5G. We don't need all these other shenanigans for them to observe us. So there's got to possibly be, just a thought, somebody mentioned aluminum, most abundant metal in this realm. There was one other thing that I can't remember what it was, and the 5G. Oh, I think it was the hokey pokey. So this is the observation and manipulation, and the making it think it's coming from you when it's not really. It's a way to manipulate and control. It's not just an observation. So if they have to do these three things to accomplish observation, manipulation, and control, that to me says that's on a 3D level. Because we can communicate with, oh, it was about your pineal. It was about calcifying and cutting you off from your higher self. So that's where it's coming from. It's coming from this realm. It's not coming from the outer realm. So there's ancient scripture that says, check the spirits. Always check the spirits. And again, this is about intuition. This is about heightening your intuition. It's not about having experiences. It's not about seeing into other dimensions. If you can do that, that's awesome. I think we all can. A lot of us will block it out because it's either too creepy or too weird or whatever. Those things in the sky, I just about flipped out when I saw that thing where it was like the lines and the orb inside the thing. And yeah, it was just kind of weird. But, we got to get used to that stuff, not ignore it. And just kind of enjoy the fact that we're even here, because this is kind of like fun. For me, anyway. I know it's fun for Selena because we've had some good conversations. She's far more open to other realms, but in a different way. And I have to say, I'm starting to see things more, not visually out in the real world, but here. And most of the time it comes in words. And it's starting to come through in what people call the light language. And it's just kind of weird when you get that. It's fun. People are going to look at you like you got 9 heads, but hey, that's on them. Right? Let me know if you want to hang out. Yes. I know, it's like the roller coaster. Here's me. I got my hands up. Woo. I'm ready. I'm in the front. I want to be in the front. Either in the front or you want to be at the very back, because that's where you get like the really crazy stuff is in the back of the roller coaster. But anyway, let me know if you want to hang out at some point. I'm going to stop the live stream, and I might give the Rumble viewers a little heads up on maybe some of the changes, or maybe not. I don't think I really have anything else to add. So next Saturday, I hope to see everybody again. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm still waiting to hear back from someone who wants to do a collaboration on ancient Egypt, and some of that kind of fun stuff. So we'll see what happens. All right, stay safe, everybody. Yeah, be good. Can't be good, be careful.